Hi everybody, for those that don't know me, I'm Paul Edwards, Chief Exec here at CHP, and I'm delighted to be talking to you today in this week's team catch-up. I'll be joined in a minute by Isabel Veri, our Customer Services Director, who's going to talk about customer contacts and vulnerabilities. But first, I'm going to share a few business updates with you, and we'll end as usual with some CH praise. So over the summer period, I've not hosted one of these for a couple of weeks, and I want to begin by saying thank you for the messages that you sent following the announcements that I've been appointed as the designate chief executive for our potential merger with Estuary Housing Association. It's a really exciting time for us at CHP and Estuary as we have the ability to create a new organisation to really make even more of an impact in affordable housing in the county, and I'm really looking forward to working with all of you to help shape the future organisation and continue that work to deliver excellent homes and services to our current and future customers. So we're hitting another milestone on our journey towards the potential merger on Monday next week, where we open a 7-week customer consultation on our plans. Both us and Estuary are doing the same things at the same time with our customer bases. We're really hoping to hear from lots of customers throughout the consultation, and alongside a short survey we're asking people to complete, we've arranged a series of online and in-person events. Thank you so much to the team that have helped plan those events, and to everybody that's going to take part in making sure they're delivered really well. If you work as part of your jobs with our customers in our homes or communities, it's possible that people might ask you about that consultation. If they do, please encourage them to look at our website to find out more, and to complete and return their survey before the deadline. I really hope we can get to as many of our customers as we can, so we can take their views into account before our boards make the final decision before the end of this year. Finally, before I pass you over to Isabel, a quick reminder about our Team CHP Autumn Update. We've shared a lot of information about this already, so I'm not going to give you all those details again here, but as a reminder, it's taking place at the Braxted Estate on the 16th of September, where you can arrive for some light refreshments from 8:45 with a prompt start at 9:15 in the morning, unless you're in the Homes and Places Directorate, where you'll be joining a dedicated session at 8 in the morning. If you've got any dietary requirements or other needs on that day, please contact the CHP event email address so they can try and make the day as enjoyable as possible for everybody. And I really look forward to seeing you all in person on the 16th. I'm going to come back at the end, but for now, I'm going to hand over to Isabel. Isabel, over to you.
Hi everyone. So I haven't done one of these for a while either. Lovely to sort of see everybody, or you can see me, and I'll be talking at you, and then I'm looking forward to a couple of weeks' time where we all get to talk together at the sort of big stuff away day that Paul's just mentioned. So I'm talking about customer contact, complaints and vulnerabilities today. So really the main premise of this sort of update is just to state really clearly that customer contact is our top priority. Our customers are our top priority, and contacting them is our top priority. So of course, compliance and everything else in our buildings, they are also top priorities, and the Ombudsman will make it really clear. But if our customers aren't reassured, if we haven't listened to our customers, then we're completely undermining all these other efforts we're making to address issues with our properties, or to take action against antisocial behaviour cases. So we've seen some trends in our complaint feedback recently that show where we can learn from how we're communicating with customers and keep pushing ourselves to do even better and show customers we care, show that real compassion. And one of the trends is just about how frequently and timely we get back in touch with people. So that's something we can really learn and think about how we sort of structure our time and our diaries to make sure that we are getting that feedback, and to make sure we're getting back to customers when we said we will. So some of the trends that we've had, there is something coming from customers about when we talk to them and make verbal commitments, that they get stressed if we don't get round to confirming that in writing, particularly if they then get the sense that their understanding of what we said doesn't quite match our understanding, or it hasn't matched what we actually have done. So that's something for us to really think about, reassuring our customers. If we've had a conversation, can we confirm it back in writing? It's been the holiday season. We've had lots of annual leave, and that's great. People have been away enjoying time all around the world and with their families. But cases not getting covered during periods of leave is another bit of feedback we've had. So something for us to just really think, what are the structures we need in place to plan for leave, to cover, and to know what customers are going to be expecting contact from us, and making sure that we don't have these periods where people just don't get updates. And it may mean that we need to think about what else, how are we going to achieve that, what things need to be moved elsewhere, and to make time for that. But that's the sort of conversation we should be having. We can't just not make contact with customers over these periods. And part of the problem, again, that we get feedback from customers is that these gaps are not well explained. So we need to make sure that when we are getting in touch with customers, we're being really clear about what's happened and why, and just really transparent. Again, keeping that compassion, say sorry straight away if we've been delayed, get on the front foot. And linking to this is a couple of trends from complaints around handovers when staff have moved into different roles. Just making sure that we're going back and checking a case history, and that our response is sensitive to what's been done before or what's gone before. So there's just some things there for people to have a think about. I know in lots of cases we're doing all of this, and the complaints are the cases where we get it not so right sometimes, and that's fine because we learn from that. And that's what this is about, is learning from complaints and spotting all this feedback as an opportunity to improve. So linked to that, we have our customers now that we know are vulnerable, who are communicating to us that they're vulnerable, who want us to handle them sensitively, be aware of their disabilities or other issues they may have. And increasingly, we can see the Ombudsman putting a light on policies or procedures that are too rigid, where organisations are not responding sensitively to customer needs. And this is another area where we can really get on the front foot. If we're seeing in complaints or through customer feedback that the outcome of a policy just feels wrong to all of our customers, then let's question that. Let's talk about that. Let's find out if there's a different way to do something. Let's look at whether we can be more flexible. It's for us to keep putting ourselves in our customers' shoes and understanding what more can we do, or how can we do this differently. Just because we've done it always like this doesn't mean it has to be done like that. And if there are situations where an outcome has to be a certain way and that isn't going to be to the customer satisfaction, let's think how we handle that. Let's think about how we get that message right to customers and how we support customers through bad news, because it's not easy, particularly if things seem against you. And as a customer, if you've had issues with lots of different agencies, or you're trying to get some positive outcomes for yourself and you keep getting a no, we just need to remember that's the position that our customers are in. So sometimes we might hear some frustration in our customer voices, and we need to keep thinking, where's that coming from? It's not personal against us. It's a customer in a stressed out situation who maybe has multiple sources of stress in their life. So for us, keep thinking about our tone, and it's been various different training sessions over the time on this, and I know people are doing this all the time, so I'm not trying to suggest that we're not, but just remembering how we come across when we're dealing with somebody who is frustrated. Are we putting them at ease? Are we making them feel relaxed? Are we helping them be heard and respond to them well? So in terms of our complaints, the key to remember is we're not trying to look and investigate whether we were right or the customer was right. And long gone is the language of upholding complaints or not upholding complaints, and the Ombudsman has been really clear about that. Where we're at now is when complaints come in, the customer is dissatisfied or upset or concerned about something, we need to care about that. We need to understand why they're upset and concerned and address that in our complaint. So we'll be doing even more in our complaint responses to understand the source of dissatisfaction that the customer has and think about how we can respond to that well, and moving away where maybe we still see it coming through in some of our letters to sort of explaining to customers why they're wrong and we're right, and thinking, even if we followed a procedure as we set it out, maybe somehow that hasn't felt right to the customer, and that's something we need to consider. So there's something for all of us just to keep on our toes with this, keep seeing the messages coming out from the Ombudsman, listening to this feedback from our customers, even when sometimes it can feel a bit like, oh, you know, is that a criticism of something I've done? It's not. This is just about us learning collectively as a team and coming all together to see how we can do things better for customers. So that's it from me. We'll talk more about complaints at the staff away day. I'm sure you'll love to hear that. And I'll pass back to Paul. But thanks, and good to see everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you, Isabel. And as you said, we'll continue this theme as we're talking in our face-to-face sessions and team updates this year, and inevitably as we look to the merged organisation when we reach those next few milestones. Will be a big part of how we set ourselves up to make sure that we're always providing the best service we can to our customers now and into the future. So let me finish today with some CH praise that you've submitted on Staff Circle. You all know this is the favourite bit of my videos, of hearing the great work that we've done around the teams. So first of all, Alison Mully has taken time to recognise the work of Hannah Williams and Amanda Demulan. And Alison said that Hannah and Amanda sent a really important customer mailing this week. Deadlines are really tight. It was important that we get everything printed out and on the door on time. And Alison thanked Hannah and Amanda for their support in getting that done. Thanks both and getting that important piece of work done for us. Tom Scotting has called out the work of Alex Manning, and Tom said Alex really supported me with gathering information at short notice for a housing ombudsman inquiry. Back to Isabel's last point, he collated the information in a clearly presented manner, which really assisted Thomas's next steps. Thanks, Alex, and thanks. Those ombudsman requests can sometimes be with a quick turnaround and for lots of information. So thank you for supporting Thomas on that point. Kira Hill has recognised the help that Russell Thorogood gave, and Kira said Russell is always willing to come to the hub to provide support to our teams or customers. Once again, he popped in and ended up staying for quite a while due to engaged customers recognising him and asking for IT support. Probably technically over and above the job description there, Russell, but thank you, and thanks for helping out the team at the hub with IT support for our engaged customers. And finally today, Will Parrick has taken time to recognise some great work that Katie Duncan has done recently. And Will said he wanted to share some lovely feedback that we'd had from one of Katie's Mutual Exchange customers. The Mutual Exchange ran into some difficulties around adaptations in the property, but Katie worked as hard as ever on this case to find a resolution, which was really appreciated by the incoming tenants, who said, my husband and I would like to thank Katie personally for all the help you've given us over this. It's been a really stressful time, but hopefully we are nearly there. Thank you, Katie, because I know that quite often each Mutual Exchange has got challenges along the way that would make them smooth for our customers. So thank you for that work and the impact it's had on those customers. So that's all from me for now. Really excited to see you all face to face on the 16th of September at Braxted Estate. And until then, hope you have a lovely weekend. Many thanks.